Can I tell you something? Teaching private yoga lessons can be the most rewarding part of your teaching practice, both financially and in terms of the depth of connection you can create. Yet many teachers struggle to find and retain private clients who truly value their teaching. They either don't know where to start looking, or they find clients who aren't the right fit, leading to frustration on both sides. I've been fortunate to develop a roster of private clients who've stayed with me for years, including one who initially booked me for a single session and ended up working with me twice weekly for over a decade. That was Hall of Fame basketball coach Roy Williams, and having him as my client led to a host of other professional opportunities and some great seats at Carolina basketball games. Welcome to Yoga Teacher Confidential. I'm Sage Rountree, and today we're exploring how to find private yoga clients who value your teaching. Clients who will commit to regular sessions, respect your expertise, and pay your full rate without constant negotiation. We'll cover where to look for these ideal clients, how to articulate your unique value, and how to convert initial inquiries into long-term teaching relationships. Whether you're just starting to explore private teaching or looking to upgrade your current private client roster, these strategies will help you create a sustainable, fulfilling private teaching practice. Before we dive into where to find private clients, let's clarify who we are looking for. The ideal private yoga client isn't just anyone willing to book a session. It's someone who values what you specifically offer, who can afford your services, and who's committed to consistent practice. These clients understand that private yoga is an investment in their well-being. They don't view it as a luxury or a splurge. They see it as an essential part of their health routine, like regular dental checkups or maintenance for their cars. This mindset shift is crucial. Clients who view private yoga as a core component of their wellness routine are much more likely to become long-term students. Ideal clients also recognize the unique value of personalization. They understand that the one-on-one attention they receive in private sessions offers benefits they simply can't get in group classes, no matter how skilled the teacher. They appreciate customized sequencing, personalized adjustments, and the ability to ask questions freely. Finally, the right private clients respect your expertise and your boundaries. They show up on time, communicate clearly about scheduling changes, and don't constantly attempt to negotiate your rates or extend sessions without compensation. They treat you as the professional you are. Identifying these characteristics will help you recognize potential good fits when you encounter them. It also helps you to craft your messaging so you can attract these specific types of qualified clients rather than those looking for one-off sessions or for steep discounts. Now, where do you actually find these ideal clients? The most reliable source by far is your existing student community, particularly your group classes. Students who already connect with your teaching style and your personality are pre-qualified leads for private work. However, many teachers miss this opportunity because they don't effectively communicate that they do offer private sessions. Don't assume your regular students know that you teach privately. Mention it occasionally at the end of class. If anyone is interested in working on specific aspects of their practice in a private setting, I do offer one-on-one sessions. Side note though, this absolutely must be run first past your manager if you're teaching at a studio. Many studios, including my own, have non-solicitation clauses that would prevent you from mentioning or from booking off-site private lessons while you're representing the studio. But of course, if you offer those lessons at the studio, as the owner, I not only want you to mention it, I encourage it. So a quick conversation is worth it to prevent some discord later. Now, beyond simple mentions in class when they're appropriate, be sure to educate your students about the benefits of private lessons. Why would they want one? For example, if you notice a student struggling with a particular pose in class, you might quietly suggest, that's something we could explore more deeply in a private session, rather than trying to solve complex ways to make a pose work for someone on the fly in the context of a group class. Create simple materials that explain your private teaching, like a small stack of business cards or brochures near the studio exit, but always with expressed permission, no assumptions that it's probably okay. Information on the studio website if permitted, or a dedicated page on your own personal website. These materials should clearly articulate the benefits of private yoga and what makes your approach unique. And the mention on your website should be really clearly optimized for search engines. Don't just say private yoga, say private yoga for busy postpartum moms in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, or private yoga for C-suite executives in Midtown Manhattan, or private yoga for cattle ranchers in Laramie, Wyoming. Now that last one is kind of a joke, but that is the level of specificity that will call in the ideal rancher private clients. Studio owners and managers can be your powerful allies in connecting you with private clients. Build good relationships with the management team at the places you teach, and make sure they understand your unique areas of specialization. When students approach them looking for private instruction, you want your name to be top of mind. Another rich source of private clients is professional referral networks. Healthcare providers like physical therapists or chiropractors, massage therapists, mental health professionals, they often have patients who could benefit from private yoga. Building relationships with these professionals can create a steady stream of referred clients who already understand the value of investing in their well-being. To cultivate these referral relationships, start by creating materials specifically for healthcare providers that explain how your yoga teaching complements their work. Offer to meet for coffee to learn more about their practice and share some information about yours. Some teachers even offer complimentary sessions to healthcare providers so they can experience firsthand what they would be recommending to their patients or their clients. Quick sidebar. Having expertise in teaching trauma-informed and trauma-sensitive yoga would be really useful with this crowd. We offer a course on this at Comfort Zone Yoga, my virtual studio focused on teacher development. Beyond your immediate professional circles, consider where your ideal clients already spend their time and money. This requires developing what marketers call a client avatar. That's a detailed profile of your ideal student. For example, if you specialize in yoga for athletes like I do, your ideal clients might be found at high-end athletic clubs, or at specialty running stores, or at cycling shops, or at training facilities. If you focus on prenatal yoga, consider developing relationships with midwives, doulas, and childbirth educators. If stress reduction is your specialty, corporate wellness programs might be your target. Once you've identified these places, look for opportunities to increase your visibility in these communities. Now, this doesn't mean aggressive self-promotion, but rather authentic engagement. Join running groups if you teach yoga for runners. Attend workshops related to your specialty. Participate in community events where your potential clients gather. Social media can be an effective tool for finding private clients, but only when used strategically. Rather than generic posts about yoga, you would need to share content that speaks really directly to the specific problems your ideal clients face and explain how private yoga addresses those problems. For example, instead of posting, "Book a private session with me," consider 3 ways personalized yoga can help you recover from knee surgery faster. Personal connections often lead to the most committed private clients. When friends, family members, or colleagues express interest in yoga, mention that you offer private instruction. These personal connections often result in strong word-of-mouth referrals, as people naturally share positive experiences with folks in their networks. Some of my most dedicated private clients have come through unexpected personal connections: a conversation at a dinner party, a chance meeting at a pizzeria, or friends of friends who heard about my teaching. These organic connections often create the strongest teacher-student relationships because they're built on personal trust from the very beginning. Once you've identified potential sources of private clients, you need to effectively communicate your unique value proposition. This means clearly articulating what sets your private teaching apart and why it's worth the investment. Start by identifying your specific areas of expertise or special interest. Perhaps you have additional training and therapeutic applications of yoga, or extensive knowledge of working with a particular population, or a unique approach to sequencing. Whatever your strengths are, get specific about how these translate into benefits for your students. When you describe your private teaching, focus on outcomes rather than on features. So instead of saying, I offer personalized sequencing, say, my customized approach helps you progress faster while making your body more durable. Instead of, I teach breath-centered yoga, try, my methods help you develop breathing techniques that you can use anytime on the down low to quickly reduce stress and anxiety. Create clear, compelling packages of sessions rather than just offering single one-off sessions. For example, you might offer a foundations package of 6 sessions that builds a personalized practice progressively. Or you could offer a yoga for better sleep package specifically designed to address insomnia. These focused offerings are more attractive to potential clients than open-ended private lessons without a clear purpose. And they will be more likely to get results for your clients, which means they're more likely to return and to refer their friends to you. Price your services confidently based on your expertise, your experience, and your local market. In episode 20 of Yoga Teacher Confidential, we talk more about pricing with confidence. Remember that underpricing doesn't just affect your income, it also affects how students perceive your value and, as a consequence, how they perceive the value of yoga. While it might be tempting to offer steep discounts to attract new clients, this often attracts price-sensitive clients who are less likely to commit long-term. And when they don't commit, that means they don't see the progress. They don't achieve a sense of yoga and union. When you discuss pricing with your potential clients, frame it in terms of investment rather than cost. Help them understand the long-term value they'll receive from working with you, not just the immediate experience of a single session. For example, you might say, this 6-session package gives you tools you will use for the rest of your life, rather than focusing solely on the hourly rate. Converting initial inquiries into committed private clients requires skillful communication from the very first interaction. The way you handle that first email or phone call or in-person conversation sets the tone for the entire professional relationship. Start by creating a standardized inquiry process that feels personal and also ensures you gather all the information you need. Whether it's a simple questionnaire or a phone consultation or an in-person meeting, make sure it allows your potential clients to express their goals while also giving you the opportunity to assess whether you're even the right teacher for their needs. During this initial consultation, listen more than you speak. Ask open-ended questions about what brings your potential private client to yoga, what challenges they're facing, and what they hope to achieve through private instruction. This accomplishes 2 things. It gives you valuable information for planning effective sessions, and it demonstrates your genuine interest in their specific situation. Be transparent about your teaching approach, your policies, and your expectations for your private clients. Clear communication about scheduling, cancellation policies, payment methods, and session structure will prevent misunderstandings down the road. This professionalism actually reassures your high-value clients. They want to work with someone who takes their business seriously. Rather than pressuring potential clients to commit immediately, offer a clear next step. That might be a single introductory session at your full rate, or a suggestion to visit one of your group classes first to get a sense of your teaching energy. Avoid the temptation to offer heavily discounted trial sessions, as this will diminish the perceived value of your teaching. People value what they pay for, and you want clients who are willing to pay a good, fair price over time. After this initial interaction, follow up promptly with a personalized message that addresses the specific goals or concerns your potential client has shared. This demonstrates your attentiveness, and it reinforces that you are offering something tailored to their individual needs, not a one-size-fits-all approach. The secret to building a roster of committed private clients isn't just finding them, it's retaining them. The most successful private yoga teachers focus as much energy on serving their existing clients well as they do on attracting new ones. After each session, provide some form of personalized follow-up. This might be a brief email summarizing key points from the lesson, or a custom practice video, huge value add there, or written instructions for home practice. This extends the value of the session beyond the time you spent together with your client, and it demonstrates your ongoing commitment to their progress. Create natural opportunities for booking continuity. Rather than waiting until the final session of a package to discuss next steps, bring it up a session or two before the existing session runs out. You might say, we have 2 sessions left in your current package. Should we look at scheduling your next series to maintain your momentum? Be responsive to your client's evolving needs. Maybe someone who initially came to you for help with back pain has resolved that issue, but now they want to work on stress management. Your willingness to adapt your teaching approach demonstrates the ongoing value of private instructions, even as your client's primary goals might shift. Acknowledge milestones and celebrate progress. When a client achieves something significant, whether that's lifting up into an arm balance or consistently maintaining a home practice, that's a huge deal, or noticing that yoga has helped them better handle their daily life, recognize it explicitly. This positive reinforcement will help your client see the tangible results of their investment in private yoga. Periodically, check in about your client's experience working with you. Simple questions like this. Is there anything in our sessions that could better serve your current goals? These show that you're committed to providing value, not just following a preset formula or getting paid. This openness to feedback also helps prevent client dissatisfaction before it leads to them canceling or not rebooking. One aspect of finding and retaining valued private clients that's often overlooked is the importance of establishing and maintaining clear professional boundaries. When you're teaching one-on-one, the relationship naturally becomes more personal than it does in group class settings. While this connection is valuable and precious, maintaining appropriate boundaries will ensure that your relationship with your clients remains professional and sustainable. Start by establishing clear policies around communication. Let your clients know your preferred methods of contact and your typical response times. This prevents the expectation of 24/7 availability while still ensuring you're accessible when needed. Be consistent with your scheduling and cancellation policies. While it might be tempting to make exceptions for favored clients, inconsistent enforcement of your own policies will create confusion and can lead to boundary testing. Fair, clearly communicated policies applied consistently to all clients is the way to create a professional container for your work together. Maintain appropriate physical boundaries during your sessions. In the intimate setting of private instruction, students may become more comfortable with physical assists or closer proximity to you, but always ensure that any physical contact is professional, with expressed consent from the student and directly related to the instruction being offered. Be thoughtful about self-disclosure. While sharing personal experiences can create connection and illustrate teaching points for your private clients, oversharing can blur the professional lines. Ask yourself whether what you're about to share serves the student's learning or your need for expression. Finally, be clear about the scope of your professional role. Private yoga teachers are often privy to sensitive information about their clients' physical and emotional well-being. While offering compassionate support is appropriate, be mindful of the line between yoga teaching and other professional roles like therapy or medical advice. Always stay within your scope of practice as a yoga teacher. These boundaries are not barriers to connection. They're the foundation that allows genuine teacher-student relationships to flourish within a professional context. Clients who truly value your teaching will respect these boundaries and appreciate the clarity they provide. Here's a pattern I've observed among teachers who successfully attract and retain private clients who value their teaching. These teachers don't just offer yoga instruction. They position themselves as educational resources and as trusted guides. They take the time to explain the why behind their teaching choices, helping their private clients understand the broader context and principles at work. This takes them deeper into the practice of yoga. This educational approach elevates the experience from simple pose instruction to meaningful learning that extends beyond the session itself. Context matters, and you can provide a lot of it in a private session. Good private yoga teachers balance structure with responsiveness. They come to each session with a clear plan while also remaining flexible enough to adjust based on the client's needs that day. This combination of preparation and adaptability demonstrates both professionalism and attentiveness. It's a huge value to a private yoga lesson. Good private yoga teachers acknowledge the limits of their expertise, and they aren't afraid to refer clients to other professionals when appropriate. This honesty actually increases trust rather than diminishing their perceived value. Good private yoga lesson teachers invest in their own continuing education, and they share their learning journey with their clients. When students see that you're committed to your own growth, they're more likely to value your guidance in their development. Perhaps most importantly, good private yoga lesson teachers genuinely care about their students' progress and their students' well-being. This authentic concern translates into a teaching approach that goes beyond technical instruction to true support of the whole person. Before we wrap up, let's address a common concern. What if your local market already seems saturated with yoga teachers offering private instruction? How can you stand out in a crowded field? First, remember that genuine specialization creates its own market. Rather than trying to appeal to everyone, focus on becoming the go-to teacher for a specific population or for a specific need. For example, instead of generally offering private yoga, you might specialize in yoga for golfers to improve their swing and prevent injury, or yoga for professional women managing chronic stress. Second, consider offering private instruction in formats or settings that other teachers might overlook. This could mean you teach in clients' homes rather than requiring them to come to you, or that you offer early morning or late evening appointments to accommodate their busy schedules, or that you create hybrid formats that combine yoga with complementary practices like meditation or journaling. Third, leverage technology thoughtfully so you can enhance your private teaching. This might include offering virtual sessions as an option, or creating custom practice videos for your clients to use in between sessions, or using specialized apps for tracking progress and maintaining communication. Fourth, build credibility through thought leadership in your area of expertise. Writing articles, speaking at community events, or creating informative content on social media will establish you as an authority in your specialty area, and that can attract clients who are specifically looking for your expertise. Finally, focus on the relationship aspect of private teaching. Relationship is one of my favorite definitions of yoga. In a world where many services feel transactional and automated or outsourced to AI, the personal connection and the individualized attention you can offer in private yoga instruction becomes even more valuable. Your ability to create a genuine relationship with your clients becomes a key differentiator in a crowded marketplace. Let me leave you with this thought. Finding private clients who value your teaching isn't primarily about marketing tactics or clever promotion. It's about authentically connecting your unique gifts as a teacher with the people who can most benefit from them. When you're clear about what you offer, committed to delivering exceptional value, and when you're consistent in your professional approach, the right clients tend to find their way to you. And when they do, these teaching relationships often become the most rewarding aspects of your yoga career, not only financially, but in the depth of connection and impact they allow you to create. Here's an affirmation to help you remember. I attract clients who recognize my unique value and who are ready to invest in their practice. If you have questions about finding private clients, or if you have experiences to share, I would love to hear from you. Join our discussion in The Zone. It's my free community for teacher development at Comfort Zone Yoga. You can share your unique value statement there, and you can connect with other teachers who are working to develop as yoga teachers with professional standards, whether they teach full-time or once a week. The link is in the show notes, or you can come right to comfortzoneyoga.com. Thank you for listening to Yoga Teacher Confidential. I'm Sage Rountree, and I'll see you next time.